In this video, I'll be talking to you about the first month of piano lessons with a student with special needs or a student who has difficulties. Okay, why the first month? Because the first month is probably the most important, and you will know why later in the video. I am Dima, and in my channel you will find tips and strategies on how to teach piano to children with special needs. So here you are on the first day with a brand new student. First impressions are extremely important, and during the first day, or let's say month, so many decisions will be made. First of all, your student will use this month to test you. The student will check what your expectations are, whether you're going to expect him to practice or not, how he's going to behave or misbehave during your lesson. And also she or he will decide whether they like piano or they want to quit piano. There are so many unknowns. It's very important to start on a good start during the first month. That's why I will not leave this month to chance. I will actually have a plan to go through this first month very, very smoothly. If you want to know more about this, then continue watching this video. I will be telling you how to make the most out of it. There are 4 points that you really have to take into consideration during the first month. I will be talking to you about them one by one. I will start with one of the most important of these 4, which is know each other. During this month, you have to put an effort to know your student and to give your student also a chance to know you. What I mean is you need to sit and talk with your student and with the parent and check what their goals are. The parent will have a goal, the student will have another goal maybe. Sometimes these goals are not the same goals, so you have to make sure why is the student coming to you, or why is the parent signing up this student with you. Particularly with students with special needs, I've noticed that some parents have heard that piano has a great effect on helping their child get through their difficulties or improve their conditions. And they come with really high hopes. And sometimes they come with unrealistic goals. So you really need to check this out. What I prefer to do is to under-promise and over-deliver. See and check whether the parents and the child's goals are contradicting. Maybe the parent wants the child to improve. Sometimes I had some students coming to me and they want their child to improve in math and writing, and the piano was not on their list of goals. It was just a means to an end. But the little child came wanting to play songs, and they didn't care about improving their handwriting or whatever. So you have to know exactly if you can deliver, or if you can actually give the parent what they need. You need to sit with them and explain to them that sometimes things do not happen as they might expect them to. Always under-promise and over-deliver. Also, as well, it's the good time for you to explain to the student whether they need to study, they need to practice, and the parents whether they need to sit during the lesson, and whether they need to help the student practice at home, and how much involved are you asking them to. And you need as well to assess your student during this period to see if they can read, what are their talents, whether they have any particular difficulties that you need to take care of, whether they have really good talents that you can use to help you with the lessons and so on. So the first one is to know each other really, really well. And you should give this a very good amount of time. You be very observant and watch everything that's happening around you and see how you can understand your student and your parent more and more. Number two, most probably the student came to you wanting to learn how to play the piano. So try by the first lesson to make sure that you taught them one song by rote, if it was possible. Even if this song was very, very short, or part maybe of their favorite song, let them go out of your studio on the first lesson feeling accomplished and feeling that they achieved something very important. Point number three is you need to set the plan by the end of the month. This is the time to make a lot of important decisions. Probably one of the most important decisions to make is which method books you're going to use. I do not believe in the idea that there is one method for everyone. It's not one size fits all. I do not believe in this at all. I will be sharing in the link below the methods that I find useful, and you will find that there are more than one. After you know what the method books are and you have an idea in your mind of what you are going to be doing in the future with your student, you must have a talk with the parent and discuss all your goals and how you're gonna move on forward. As I told you before, some parents are expecting, their expectations are different, and you probably may be going in a different directions. But you have to need to make sure that you're all going on the same direction. You need also to decide how you want to plan your lesson. How do you want to divide these 30 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever number of minutes? What do you want to do in the first 5 minutes, second 5 minutes? You need to have a proper lesson plan that will work with that specific student. I talked about this in a blog post, and I have a video, and I also will share the link down below on so many ideas of how to lesson plan for your students. Number 4, now that I have talked about the plan, the assessment, and knowing each other, you need to know what to teach during these 4 lessons. It's very important to know where exactly to start, what exactly do you want to do during these 4 very precious lessons. I would definitely start on building a solid foundation, a foundation that later on I can build on. And I want this foundation to be solid and stable. What do I put in this foundation so that I make sure it's solid and stable? 3 important things that make a good solid foundation for piano lessons. Rhythm. Rhythm is very important in teaching any musical instrument. Rhythm, in my experience, is learned best by moving away from the piano bench and doing some movement. Movement with the hands, maybe on bongos or maracas, clapping, dancing, jumping, tapping the feet, so many different things you can do. But the more you involve movement and you add movement to rhythm teaching, the better the kids will understand it. It's as if rhythm is understood by the body more than as a concept. And it's also a chance to take the student away from the piano and give them a chance to move around, because not all of them have a good attention span so that they can sit through long periods of time. Very important also, since we're talking about the piano in particular, it's very important that your student understands very well the pattern, the 3-2 black key pattern. This might sound very simple and easy, but trust me, some students need a lot of time to really grasp this very simple idea or concept. And without it, if you cannot see that the black keys go in 3 and 2, then the map of the piano is completely random, and you cannot teach a lot if your student doesn't know how this goes. So many things are built on it, so make sure to start during the first month, or at least to try not to leave the first month without your student understanding this pattern really well. And of course, it's piano, and we have to make sure that our students can move their fingers independently and they can move them with ease. When we talk about students with special needs, usually difficulties come in different forms, and many of them find it really difficult to move their fingers independently, and you have to put in special care to do this particular thing. I usually like to do two things to teach finger dexterity and finger movement. One of them is a set of exercises that I compiled, which you will find also the link below, and I call it the hand gym. And the other way is the 5-finger scales. I find 5-finger scales very valuable. Not only it will teach the names of the keys, but also it will teach your student to move their fingers independently, and it will give the student also the ability to improvise and understand also, and understand how music sounds. I teach them almost during every lesson we do some scales. And they don't have to be boring. There are so many different ways to do it in a fun way. If you improvise, or if you do certain exercises and games. Also, you can find ideas on how to teach the piano pattern and geography using popsicles, sticks, and also I shared the link in the link below how I do it. Always have some games and teach through games and fun ways these concepts. And once the student has them, it will be easier to move on and teach more difficult and complicated skills. Do you, as a piano teacher, do you do anything else during the first month? If you do, please write a comment and explain to me how you do it, because you might have other or maybe better ideas than I do, and it's always nice to share and learn from each other. And if you found this video valuable and you learned something from it, do not forget to subscribe. I will be sharing more videos of the same in the near future. And thank you so much for watching.